Good morning, Judy from Thistledew Creations. Welcome back. Last night when I got home, I decided to craft, but I didn't turn the camera on. I didn't want to make Brian be silenced as soon as I got home because I was gone overnight. So I just crafted and made, finished decorating some playing cards that I had started back in the wintertime at my dad's. And all I had done was taken some playing cards and added some book page to the front and back, some music paper as well. And then I just left them. I never got back to finishing them. So I thought I would just pick them up and play again with them last night. And so I did. And this is what I created. I had a stack of these that I had printed. They were a free printable, and I had fussy cut them probably a year and a half ago or more, when I was just frantically fussy cutting everything I could get my hands on. And I had tucked them in a drawer, and so I pulled them out and I cut them in half. I could have used them full, but like they would fit, but it's not a very interesting altered playing card if it's just that. So I cut them in half and I glued them down to the started cards, and I always usually do them along an edge of the card. And then I grabbed some netting, which I picked up at a recent thrift haul, gold netting, beautiful, and put that down beside it. And then I had these fussy cuts from the Restwell upholstery haul, where I got the package of hardware samples, and in that there was a book, like a catalog of all the different finials that you could get for drapery rods. So that's what these are. They're pictures out of that book that I fussy cut again when I was frantically fussy cutting everything. And I'm glad I did, because then when I came home last night, all I had to do was use them. I didn't have to fussy cut them. So that's a great thing to do in front of the TV, fussy cutting, when you can't really craft, or you wouldn't want to be trying to focus on two things too much. I can fussy cut without thinking too much about it now after a little practice. So these are, I did 12, and these are sets of 3. And these were, these 3 were from a casino. I don't know if I can still see the casino underneath there, but I covered that up with a dimensional acrylic sticker from the Dollar Tree. And there's one where I used music instead of book page. And then I added the focal point, which is the finial on the front. So these ones are pretty much done. Some of them still need the edges inked on them, and I may still do more decorating on them. But I thought this is how far I got last night, and then I stopped myself before I did all 12. I'll show you the back of these ones. This one's a red set. So they were a different casino. Something Isle, Paradise Island Casino. I probably got them at a thrift store or in a haul, or like in a swap, because I have done a few swaps and we've traded like 2 or 3 cards of each one. So these 3 are done as well, maybe just need to be inked. And so they're all basically the same, but they're all different, which is what I like. And then these ones had like a martini on the other side. So they have a little bit of scraps on the one side and then larger bits on the other side. So again, I might decorate more on this side as well. I don't know, but that's how far I got last night. And then you'll notice that they're not white in the middle. So I decided to make it look like you're looking out through the window to the blue sky. So to do that, I used the Sally Hansen Hard as Nails Big Teal. You can get this at Dollarama usually. I don't know, they change the colors seasonally and sometimes every year, but it's like a blue translucent nail polish, like a clear but with a blue tint. And then it also has glitter in it. So you just get like a little glimmer Some of them I have 2 coats and some of them I have 1 coat on there. But I went ahead and did 2 with the blue, and I left 1 undone so that I can show you that it's not all that difficult to do. I mean, if you paint your nails at all, then you should be able to do this, I guess is what I'm saying. I'm going to go ahead and glue. What I did with the others was I glued this stuff down first, and then I did the blue. It might be easier to do the blue before you put your focal point down, but I didn't find that it really got in the way that much. Now, I did find that with the mesh, I really needed my tweezers, and I'm trying to train myself to use these darn things anyway. I always forget about them. So I take my 3-in-1 glue, and I'm using that for a couple of reasons, because this is not absorbent, the mesh, and the cards are plasticky too. So I didn't want to glue it down with something that wasn't going to hold. This will usually do the trick for anything non-absorbent. And just doing sort of dabs along and trying to get at those intersections where the strands come together, and then down the side. And then I'll place that right over the opposite side of the cathedral window. And just a little pat, and it'll stay down. This particular mesh doesn't curl up too much. I think it will stay flat once you've got it flat. And I've got a piece cut for each one. So I'm just kind of stretching it out. The ribbon, when I got it, looks like this. So it doesn't really look like much until you stretch it. And then it's gorgeous. I mean, it's gorgeous the way it is too, but I just love the netting idea. So I'll do all of these, and then we'll do the cards, do the focal points, and then I'll show you how to do the nail polish. I've used nail polish a lot in my crafting over the years. When I was, when I had a place, like a trailer to go to up north, one summer I did quite a bit. I had I might have a picture of it somewhere. I had a watering can that was, it was like a fish, and then the water came out of the fish's mouth, and it was like a goldfish shape, and it was just plain. And one weekend I took mostly nail polishes, because I just have so many, and I painted it all different colors. It was beautiful. And then another piece that I had was a piece that hangs on the wall, and it was all butterflies, different sizes and shapes and going all different directions. And then there was 3 or 4 places with a ring where you could put a glass candle cup in. And it was just brown, like it was something that you would have bought. I think it was a gift from my sister-in-law, actually, but something you would buy at Walmart, or, you know, not terribly expensive, but I saw the potential to make it gorgeous, and I painted each one of those butterflies a different color, and they all had like shading in the wings, where I would take 2 colors and blend them together. It was stunning and glittery, and it shimmered in the sun. It was hung up on the side of the outhouse up there at the trailer. So that was fun. And then my focal points, they're all different. You can see it from the, I don't know if you can see that lineup up there. I should check that. Yeah, you can. They're all different because it was a catalog, so there's no 2 the same. There might be 2 the same shape, but in different finishes and different sizes. So I just cut them all out. I have inked the edges because you can see with the white around them, I don't prefer that look. Some people might. I like to have them inked so that it blends in a little more. I probably could have cut them a little closer. I was just sort of learning to fussy cut when I did these. And I have done it both ways. I've fussy cut where you're right on the edge, and I've fussy cut where you leave a bit of a white border around everything. It's easier to leave the border. And you can always cut it off later if you want to, but I find that once something is inked, it's fine for me. So then I just take I use the 3-in-1 here as well, just because of the background that it's going on. Now it's going on an uneven surface and up against the card. This is the first time I've put it up against the nail polish, but it would be the same thing. The nail polish is slick and wouldn't be easy for normal glue to stick to. So I'm just putting a fair bit on, because this stuff doesn't really cause the paper to buckle. And then I'm just overlapping the window a little bit and making sure you can still see some of the gold mesh. And I'm kind of looking at them again this morning. I am kind of thinking that I need something up in the other corner, but I don't want to lose all of the numbers and playing card symbols, because that's what gives it away that it's an altered playing card, and I like that, so I don't want to lose that idea. I think I'll put that one there and that one there. Don't ask me why. I wouldn't be able to tell you why. You just make these decisions on the fly and you go with it. It's only paper. I hear a few YouTubers saying that, and it's so true. If you don't like it the first time you do it, you just take it off and do it again, or you even just toss it and start over. If it's something you can salvage, you salvage it. So I did it this way with the blue already done for a couple of reasons. Just so the video wouldn't be so long, for one thing. And because it's quite stinky to work with both the 3-in-1 and the nail polish. I had quite a headache by the end of the painting session last night. So I thought I'll just do as many as I can, and then my video won't be so long and I won't have to suffer through so much acetone and lacquer smell today. Put that lid back on, keep those fumes to a minimum. And then I don't really want to cut it off, so I'm going to have it overlapping this window quite a bit. And you know, there's no reason you can't leave it white. You could even do like a darker sky, like a midnight blue with glitter, and it would look like a night sky through the window. Or you could do multicolored and do like a stained glass window, like with all different colors in it. That would be pretty too. And I could certainly do that. I've got enough colors. And it's best, I think, with the translucent colors. It almost has a watery look, but it also makes me think of old glass. So I just take my brush and wipe off one side so there's not so much on. I want a fair bit on because I want it to build up a little bit so that it has that watery look. It's easier on these smaller little sections. I do this little one up at the top as well. And some sections will have a fair bit of glitter and others won't, and that's okay. And just a very light touch, just so that you don't get too much on the brown part of the window frame. I know some of you will say you'd never be able to stay inside the lines, but it's just practice, and the light touch helps. You're not really brushing it on, you're just kind of dropping it on and then spreading it around a bit. So I drop it on right in the middle of this one, so that if it spreads out a bit, it's okay. And then I spread it up to the top and spread it down to those points. I guess you are brushing, but it's not like you're, you know, when you do your nails, you press down and pull. You're not really pressing down. And just make sure you don't have too much. You can always add more. So a nice little drop in the middle, and then you could even wipe your brush off so that you don't keep adding too much. Just pull it up and pull it down. And it's sort of like a little dome of nail polish. It'll take a while to dry. I'll set them somewhere where they can just sit all day. It's about 10:30 or 11 o'clock now, I think. I've already done a couple of videos to warm up, some haul videos. And then here, I'm just being careful. I'll kind of push the lacquer towards the edge of the die cut, or the fussy cut. It'd be easier if it was a die cut, it would be thicker. And then I can come up from the other end. And of course, you could put metallic marker over the window frames. That would be neat. I had like a bronze metallic marker, or even a black one that had a metallic hint in it. And then I want to do this and this little section in beside the thing too. That's why I say it might have been easier if I did it before, but this is how I did the other one, so I wanted to show you. And then, you might get a little bit on your gold. So what I did for that was I had one of the little pads that I use for removing my nail polish. I get them on Temu. And I just touched it to the gold to try to take that paint off before it dries. It's not very noticeable if you get a little bit on it. And I just think they look so pretty with that pop of blue with all the other things being so neutral. I might put like some pink roses or something. I don't know. I just think that would be really pretty. I haven't decided yet. So a dozen of these will last me a little while. I'll maybe put them in Happy Mail and stuff. That'll last me 12 weeks if I do that. They're also regulation artist trading card size, so I could offer them up for trading. I haven't traded very many lately, so that would be fun to do another batch of trades. They're not really spring themed, but a lot of people are looking for spring ones right now. You could also use like a Q-tip to get the excess off. But aren't they pretty? I love them. And then these ones were just a blue Maxim. So I'll probably put more, that one doesn't have the thing showing. It had a bigger piece on it. I might put some more of those square stickers on. But I just love them. I love any architectural type elements like that. So let me just see here. I think I'm going to leave them. I kind of like them the way they are. And just ink the edges. So if you haven't done altered playing cards, give it a try. It's a lot of fun. I have quite a collection of playing cards to work with. And that's another thing that I trade. There is a video where I flip through my collection of non-altered, but just playing cards that I have. So if you want to go back and look at that video, and if you want to do a trade, if you don't have many playing cards to trade with, then I would entertain the idea of trading for something else. So if you have an excess of die cuts or something, or cardstock, or stickers, or whatever it would be that you have too much of and you would like to start collecting the playing cards, then I would entertain the idea of trading for something other than playing cards. It's fun to do, you know, where you send me 3 of each and I send you 3 of each. But if you don't have very many, then that doesn't work out. And I would be open to other trades. So now here, I think I used tacky glue to glue this down. Even though this is a ripped spot on the card, it still didn't stick very well. I probably was just using tacky glue. So I'll just fix that while I'm here. And that should do the trick. I think that's probably the reason that I started putting something on the face, was because of that little rip. And I think all it was when I got them in the trade, the person had used washi tape, thinking that it would come right off, and it didn't. It pulled the face of the card off. So some washi tapes are stronger than others. Did I ink that one? Yeah, I did. So I hope you've enjoyed this little crafting session. And I hope you like my cards. If you'd like to trade for some, send me a message. All my information is in the description box, so you can find my YouTube channel. Well, this is my YouTube channel. You can find my Facebook group, my Facebook pages, my Etsy shop, and you can message me right in this video as well. If that's the only way that you can figure out how to message me, then I will certainly answer you. I answer all the messages that I get. So like, comment, share, and subscribe. Most of all, have a great day and happy crafting.